Today, I'm making Zhangs Ube Brownies. To me, these are blondies because they have white chocolate in them. However, I know some blondie recipes don't have any chocolate in them at all. So I'll refer to these as Purplies because I think it's a cute name. So Catherine is the winner of the second season of Zumbo's Just Desserts. Her recipes look really fun. There's a nice variety to them on her blog. There's cakes, cookies, blondies, brownies, mochi. There's a lot of different things. And she has a mochi series on there, which I really want to try. When it comes to ube, I have seen it before, but I've never tried it. It is instantly recognizable because of its bright, vibrant purple color. So ube is a purple yam that's native to the Philippines. It's not the same thing as taro, which I thought it was, and it's described as having a sweet, nutty, slightly vanilla flavour. For me, it's ticking all the right boxes. So this recipe uses both ube jam or halaya and an ube extract. I thought these would be a little bit pricey, but actually at my local Asian supermarket, I thought they were a really good price. I thought it was actually really affordable. And the prices at the Asian supermarket were a lot cheaper than the prices online. I did see videos on how to make halaya, but it required a lot of stirring and a lot of patience, which I don't really have, so I decided to buy it. Enough of me talking, let's get making it. I preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius and now I'm melting together 120 grams of butter and 225 grams of white chocolate together in the microwave. I like to do this at 30 second intervals just so the chocolate doesn't burn, but also it's a bit less messy. Next I'm adding 115 grams of ube halaya. This is quite similar to a jam. I wanted to try it on its own to see what it was like. I really enjoyed it. It was quite sweet and had a little hint of vanilla in it. To this, I'm adding 100 grams of caster sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 large eggs, and then 1 teaspoon of ube flavouring. Now this was supposed to be ube extract, but they only had flavouring in the Asian supermarket I went to. So I'm going to mix that all together and it's got a nice, vibrant purple colour. When mixing, it's important to scrape the bottom of the bowl with a spatula just in case you've missed anything. Next I'm adding in the melted white chocolate and butter. You can pour this in slowly while mixing to help prevent the chocolate from seizing, however I just dumped it all in. The whisk I'm using here is a Danish dough whisk. I first saw Emmy Made on YouTube use these. I think I prefer these to normal balloon whisks. Here I'm stirring in 150 grams of plain flour. I'm mixing until most of the flour is incorporated. Then I'm adding in 100 grams of white chocolate chips. Now it's fully mixed together, I'm going to pour in the tin and then spread it so it's roughly even all over. Then they bake in the oven for 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the centre comes out with a few moist crumbs. When it's done in the oven, cool completely on a wire rack. I like to put things like blondies and brownies in the fridge so they firm up a little bit. I find it's easier to get out the tin. Now they've firmed up, I'm going to take out the tin. I like to run a knife along the edges, this just helps get them out. Now I'm going to cut these up into 12 slices. The recipe does suggest sprinkling some purple sweet potato powder on top, however I couldn't find this at my local Asian supermarket or it was really expensive online. Now I'll give my final thoughts about this recipe. Now in my opinion, these were delicious. They did have a slightly different texture to other blondies I've made. I'm going to assume this is due to the jam that's in them, but they still had that melt in the mouthiness, which I love when it comes to blondies. I also think these would work gluten-free as well. I didn't try it, however, just looking at the recipe and other gluten-free blondie recipes I've tried, I don't see why this wouldn't work. So let me know if you try it gluten-free because I'm really interested. Now these weren't as purple as I hoped they would be comparing it to the recipe on the blog and in videos. However, I'm going to assume this is due to the ube flavouring I used. I actually used flavouring instead of extract, so I don't know if that made a difference to it. Now this was my first time trying anything ube, and this was a great introduction to the flavour. This recipe has also inspired me to try other Asian flavours, other Asian desserts. For example, from the same Asian supermarket I got the halaya flavouring, I bought a pandan flavouring, which I'm interested to use. And I hope to try Catherine's matcha brownie recipe because they look amazing. Now with the ube flavour, I don't think it had a nuttiness to it like I've seen described online. There was definitely like a vanilla white chocolateness to it, which I found really delicious. So like with most brownie and blondie recipes, these purplies were better the next day. I just think they have time to go a bit more fudgy and have a bit more bite to them. So I'm excited to try more ube recipes, more Asian dessert flavours, and also more of Catherine's recipes. Let me know if you've tried these, if you've tried ube, what did you think? Let me know if there's any other things you want me to try. Thanks for watching.